Twilight by John W. Campbell. Speaking of hitchhikers, said Jim Bendel in a rather bewildered way, I picked up a man the other day that certainly was a queer cuss. He laughed, but it wasn't a real laugh. He told me the queerest yarn I ever heard. Most of them tell you how they lost their good jobs and tried to find work out here in the wild places of the West. They don't seem to realize how many people we have out here. They think all this great beautiful country is uninhabited. Jim Bendel's a real estate man, and I knew how he could go on. That's his favorite line, you know. He's real worried because there's a lot of homesteading plots still open out in our estate. He talks about the beautiful country, but he never went farther into the desert than the edge of town. Afraid of it, actually. So I sort of steered him back on the track. What did he claim, Jim? Prospector who couldn't find land to prospect? That's not very funny, Bart. No, it wasn't only what he claimed. He didn't even claim it. Just said it. You know, he didn't say it was true. He just said it. That's what gets me. I know it ain't true, but the way he said it, oh, I don't know. By which I knew he didn't. Jim Bendel's usually very careful about his English. Real proud of it. When he slips, that means he's disturbed. Like the time he thought the rattlesnake was a stick of wood and wanted to put it on the fire. Jim went on, and he had funny clothes, too. They looked like silver, but they were soft as silk, and at night they glowed just a little. I picked him up about dusk. Really picked him up. He was lying off about 10 feet from the south road. I thought at first somebody had hit him and then hadn't stopped. Didn't see him very clearly, you know. I picked him up, put him in the car, and started on. Had about 300 miles to go, but I thought I could drop him off at Warren Springs with Doc Vance. But he came to in about 5 minutes and opened his eyes. He looked straight off, and he looked first at the car, then at the moon. Thank God, he said, and then looks at me. It gave me a shock. He was beautiful. No, he was handsome. He wasn't either one. He was magnificent. He was about 6 feet 2, I think, and his hair was brown with a touch of red gold. It seemed like fine copper wire that's turned brown. It was crisp and curly. His forehead was wide, twice as wide as mine. His features were delicate but tremendously impressive. His eyes were gray like etched iron, and bigger than mine, a lot. That suit he wore, it was more like a bathing suit with pajama trousers. His arms were long and muscled smoothly as an Indian's. He was white, though, tanned lightly with a golden rather than a brown tan. But he was magnificent. Most wonderful man I ever saw. I don't know, damn it. Hello, I said. Have an accident? No. Not this time, at least. And his voice was magnificent, too. It wasn't an ordinary voice. It sounded like an organ talking, only it was human. But maybe my mind isn't quite steady yet. I tried an experiment. Tell me what the date is, year and all, and let me see. He went on. Tell me what the